Ready to retire early? Of course you are. That's why you clicked on this video in the first place. And fortunately for you, there's a smart way to make that dream a reality with the help of high-yield dividend ETFs. These little gems are diversified, stable, and honestly, one of the smartest financial moves you can make in your life. And in this video, we're diving deeper into these funds. We've even put together a list of 5 high-yield dividend ETFs for you to check out. Stick around until the end, and you'll walk away with a solid idea of just how much potential these funds have to help turn your early retirement dreams into a reality. We start things off with the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF, which is better known as VYM. This one's a classic, and for good reason. VYM is all about giving you access to a diverse range of high-quality, dividend-paying stocks. That means reliable companies like Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, and JP Morgan Chase. Just a pro tip, these are the types of names you'd want in your corner when you're building a portfolio for the long run, since these companies have been around forever and aren't going anywhere anytime soon. But what really makes VYM really appealing is its super low expense ratio, which stands at just 0.06%. That guarantees you not losing a chunk of your returns to recurring fees. Additionally, with the 400 stocks in the fund, it's like having a built-in safety net, in which if one company stumbles, the others can help keep your portfolio steady. As for the performance, VYM has a solid track record of delivering consistent dividend payouts. Its yield typically hovers around 3%, which is not too shabby for an ETF that's focused on stability and growth. And let's be real, that steady stream of income is exactly what you need when you're planning to kick back and enjoy your early retirement. So yeah, VYM should definitely be there too, especially for those of you looking to balance growth and income, since it is diversified, cost-effective, and packed with dependable dividend payers. If you are looking for a fund that's all about efficiency and maximizing returns, SCHD should be your way to go, since this ETF is all about high dividend paying stocks. But here's the twist. It prioritizes companies with strong financial health and consistent dividend growth. Think of it as picking the cream of the crop when it comes to dividends. Big names traded on the SCHD include giants like Pepsi Company, Pfizer, and Texas Instruments, which are the kinds of companies that not only pay dividends, but have a solid track record of growing too. And let's be real, when you're planning for early retirement, steady growth is the name of the game. Another interesting thing about SCHD is its low expense ratio, which is just over 0.06%, the same as VYM. That's almost nothing, and you're keeping more of your hard-earned money. Another big plus I'd like to mention is that the fund holds around 100 carefully selected stocks, which makes it a little less overwhelming but still diversified enough to provide a safety net if the market wobbles against you. Performance-wise, SCHD boasts a yield typically around 3.9%, which is a solid payout for an ETF if you ask me. Our third pick is the iShares Select Dividend ETF, or just the DVY. This ETF closes in on U.S. companies with a strong history of paying dividends, which makes it perfect for anyone who wants to build a reliable income stream. Early retirement vibes, anyone? DVY favors companies that specialize in utilities, consumer goods, and financials, with big names like Chevron, Verizon, and IBM often making the cut. These sectors, most of the time, are known for steady cash flow, which means less drama and more predictability for your portfolio. Plus, these companies are the kind you can count on to deliver, even when the market gets a little rocky. One thing that makes DVY stand out is its slightly higher yield, typically around 3.7%. That's a nice little bump compared to other ETFs in the high dividend category. Sure, the expense ratio is a tad higher at 0.38%, but for what DVY offers, it's still a solid deal. The fund is diversified across about 100 stocks. So while it's not as broad as some of the others, it's still balanced enough to give you that peace of mind. And with a focus on dividend consistency, DVY is designed to keep that cash flow coming, which is exactly what you want when you're planning to live off your investments. Bottom line, DVY is a strong contender for anyone looking to mix income, stability, and solid long-term growth into their retirement strategy. The fourth on our list is SPDR S&P Dividend ETF, or SDY for short. This one's a favorite for anyone who's all about consistent, reliable dividends, and for good reason, since SDY focuses on companies that have been upping their dividends for at least 20 years straight. Yeah, we're talking about the MVPs of the dividend world here. With SDY, you get a slice of some big-time players like AT&T, 3M, and Coca-Cola. These are the companies that don't just survive market ups and downs, they thrive through it all, making them solid picks for retirement portfolio. Now, let's talk numbers. The dividend yield usually sits around 3.1%, which is pretty solid when you consider the stability and growth focus. The expense ratio is 0.35%. Not the cheapest, but hey, for a lineup this strong, it's worth it. What's cool about SDY is that it spreads your investment across over 100 stocks, so you get a good mix of diversification while still sticking with these dividend rock stars. If you're looking for something steady and dependable to build your retirement plan around, SDY is definitely one to keep on your radar. It's a solid mix of income and growth potential. The last one on our list, but definitely not the least, is the Global X Super Dividend ETF, or the SDIV. And if you're all about maximizing income, this one's for you, because SDIV takes a different approach by focusing on high dividend yielding companies from all over the world. Yep, this isn't just US focused, but you're also getting exposure to a global lineup of dividend payers. Here's the deal. SDIV spreads your investment across around 100 stocks, so there's plenty of diversification baked in. But what really makes it stand out is its yield. We are talking about some of the highest yields you'll see in the ETF world, often pushing past 10%. That's the kind of payout that can really help you stack up those passive income streams. Now, because it's chasing high yields, SDIV does lean into riskier territory. That is why perhaps you might see a bit more volatility compared to some of the other ETFs we have covered. But if you're okay with that trade-off, the potential rewards can be worth it. On the bright side, SDIV's expense ratio is 0.58%, which isn't the cheapest but makes sense for a globally diversified fund. So if you're looking to supercharge your dividend income while keeping an eye on worldwide opportunities, SDIV is definitely worth considering. Alright, so there you go. These are the top 5 high-yield dividend ETFs that have the potential to help you retire early on and start living the dream. And in this video, we have covered some serious players, like the VYM with its rock-solid reliability and low fees, the SCHD giving you that sweet mix of growth and income, the DVY with its consistent payouts, the SDY rewarding steady dividend growers, and SDIV if you're feeling adventurous with those global high yields. But anyways, just something to keep in mind is no investment's totally risk-free. And early retirement takes a bit of planning and patience. Check them out carefully and see what fits your style so that you can get the ball rolling. Oh, and if this video gave you any ideas, hit that like button and maybe subscribe. We're always dropping tips to help you crush those money goals. Catch you in the next one.